Before the government took over BTL, the board, as a matter of fact, on a Sunday, did certain things. What had happened is that when the company was controlled by the Ashcroft Group, they had been financing Great Belize Productions, which is Channel 5, and had financed it at that point up to some $5 million. And they had, on top of the financing, they had provided for the purchase of shares in Great Belize Productions for another $5 million. So BTL had expended around $10 million in relation to Channel 5 and the acquisition of shares in relation to that company. What the board did on the, I think it must have been about the 23rd of August in 2009, is that they divested BTL of its investment, and they also wrote off the $5 million that BTL had financed Channel 5 with, including even things like payment of the telephone bills and even their Christmas party. So BTL had expended $10 million and had nothing to show for it. That is the subject of the claim which we have put before the court. The transactions were done through a maze of companies, and we had to try to unravel that maze. Once we determined what had taken place, formulated the claim, and then we filed it. What they did was that they applied to have the whole thing struck out, including in respect of what the directors had done, that the directors are indemnified by an express deed of indemnity and also by the articles. So they made an application to strike out the claim on that basis and also some other bases. That application for striking out was turned down by the court below, and they have appealed it, and this is what we have been addressing in court over the last couple of days. The wrong, as we contend, as far as we are concerned, is a wrong in law. Here you have directors of a company, and as I mentioned before, at the end of the day, the powers were exercised, we contend, in such a way that $10 million was paid out, and the company has nothing to show for it. There was some unjust enrichment in this regard. And one of the big points is that, as the minutes show of the directors on that day in 2009, is that they did this so that Channel 5 could be a voice against the government. That is in fact in the minutes, most interestingly. Plus, Great Belize Productions, the value of that company was increased, and in turn, the value of BTL decreased. We say in law that that cannot be right. But of course, they differ, and it remains for the court to determine the issue. We have formulated the claim in such a way that because BTL once owned Channel 5, when the Ashcroft Group was there. And we are saying that the divestment of Channel 5, Great Belize Productions, from BTL was wrong, and it needs to be brought back in. So our claim has been formulated on that basis.